Let's change your life through nutrition and what you put in your body. Now, this is the end of January. A lot of people always make New Year's resolutions. They want to change their life. They want to try to be better. That's great. A lot of what people try does not work. So I want to try to give you a formula that has worked for me as a business owner, a professional bass angler, a husband, a father. I run a very busy lifestyle. Most people out there running a very busy lifestyle. Let's just face it. It is what it is. You have to work harder to make the same or even less. So everybody's working a little bit harder. You have less time. You need to make priorities. What you put into your body can make you happier. It can make you healthier, and it can definitely improve your quality of life and the quality of life of everybody around you. So I'm not talking about anything crazy. I'm going to talk about the basics and what works for me from a little bit from a diet standpoint, but some of it of a supplementation standpoint, and to try to keep it simple. So many people, I think, out there have these preconceived notions that they have to completely change their life and in order to get healthy or in order to feel better or whatnot. But that's not the way I look at it. I don't like the word diet. I think that is a misnomer. It's like, I need to try this diet or I need to do that diet. That's not always the best thing. For some people, it works good because it puts guardrails on what you can and can't do. But sometimes you can't live in those parameters if you if you're on the road a lot, or if you have a busy lifestyle, you got kids. It's just hard to live in those guidelines all the time. So I'll give you some sensible options for what I want to do, or what I do and what I've done for a long time. First and foremost, I think it is very important to have a good multivitamin that you take on a daily basis, and you need to take that day in and day out, because it's really hard from food supplements, from food in general, to get all the vitamins, nutrients, minerals, and everything that you need in your diet. This is the one I've taken for years. They're little packets. It's called Micro Factor from First Form, and you can see it's got everything you need. So you don't have to buy like all this extra stuff. I only add a couple things, which I'll show you. We're even going to talk about testosterone here. We'll get into that here a little bit later. But first and foremost, there's three tablets in here that are the complete multivitamin. That is, it's on the back of the box. You can go to the website or whatever and see it. It's also got antioxidants, fruits and vegetables, CoQ10, in just everything that you need in a one daily tablet. And I divide this up into like 2 or 3 portions. I'll open it up in the morning. I'll take some with breakfast. I'll take some with lunch and some with dinner. That's kind of typically how I do it. And you want to take your vitamins with food. Whenever you take vitamins, you typically want to take them with food. The only vitamins you don't want to take with food are amino acids. Amino acids will bind to other proteins and foods that you ingest, and you will not uptake the same percentage of those. So you want to just make sure you take your vitamins with food. I like dividing them up so that you can let your body absorb some at multiple different times. I think that's the most effective way to get the most amount of these nutrients into your body. So that's the first and foremost, the Micro Factor. That's my multivitamin nutrient packs. I take those every day. I've been taking a good multivitamin for many years. I'm 46 years old. I've been, I run hard, and you can't really even see any gray hair. I don't color my hair. I don't do anything to my hair. And you can see, I got a little bit of salt in my beard. That's about it. I let it grow out a little bit. So you can see it's just a little bit there, but I might have like one gray wolf hair here, maybe one gray wolf hair there, but that's about it. And I think a lot of that is attributed to nutrition. Yeah, some of that is genetics as well, but everybody in my family, including my dad, sister, they went gray fairly early. A lot of big streaks in their hair. I think having the full nutrients that your body needs every day for years and years, from time you're a teenager on, get it every day. Your body's not gonna have any problems, going gray. I think that's gonna extend. I might go gray tomorrow, but I'll enjoy my first 46 years basically without any very little gray hair. So that's one of the big things that I like about having those nutrients. I feel like that it also helps all your body function properly, your lungs, your heart, your gut, all that stuff. If your body's not deficient in any vitamin D is a big one, especially when you can't get sunlight. You take a good multivitamin, you're going to get your vitamin D. That just very important with all that. The other thing that I take is one of these low dose Bear tablets. It keeps you from getting blood clots. It reduces your likelihood to get blood clots. It also reduces your likelihood of having a heart attack, or if you do, you have a lot better chance of surviving. So just a good health item. Take one of those every morning with my multivitamins. And then the other addition that I have to my multivitamins is turmeric. I think it's very important to take a good turmeric. I take one in the morning, one in the evening. There's a lot of anti-inflammatory characteristics. If you just read up on turmeric, there's tons of different positive benefits to your health. It supports brain health, right here on the thing. It supports joint and heart health. If you reduce inflammation in your body, it's going to help your heart and it's going to help your joints. How about that? So turmeric, very common. It's not expensive. If you're not taking it, don't know why. I mean, if you haven't taken it before, I don't care if you're 20, 40, 60, 80 years old. Start today with giving your body what it needs to be healthy. I think that's a big portion. I mentioned earlier on the testosterone thing. Testosterone, as men age, it's gonna get depleted, and a lot of the foods that we eat nowadays, you can look around and do the research. There are a lot of nutrients and a lot of chemicals in our foods that hurt for men, it hurt our testosterone levels. It reduces those testosterone levels. So if you look at the men over the last couple hundred years, a 46-year-old man's testosterone level is not, on average, is not the same as it was 200 years ago because of the outside food factors. It's kind of one of those things that's really hard to get around. You can try to eat as much organic food as possible. You can try to eat as many whole foods as possible, but sometimes it's hard to get around. We're talking about averages here. I work out frequently, as much as I can. Like I mentioned earlier, I have a busy lifestyle, but I still try to work out at least 3 or 4 times a week. If I get 4, I feel fantastic. 3 is great. Sometimes 1 or 2 is all I get. I've just got too much stuff going on. It's kids stuff going on, got work stuff going on. Don't get a chance to do it. But staying active really helps all of your body functions. It helps with your dementia later in life. There's been a recent study that shows active exercise multiple times a week reduces your chance of dementia by up to 90%. And it delays, if you do get dementia, it delays it on average 11 years. That's substantial. So that's another reason to exercise. But with exercise also helps your testosterone levels in men. We all want to have testosterone levels that are elevated. But in the last couple years, I've started looking into what my testosterone levels are and start looking into supplements. Very, very popular nowadays for people to take. I call it vitamin T. Testosterone. You go to the right doctors, they'll test your testosterone and they can give you testosterone levels. Look, I'm not an expert in that field. I'll tell you what I know. I'm not an expert in that field, but I know that for men, average testosterone is roughly 400 to 800. As far as a total testosterone level, mine is 450. I had it tested not too long ago. Had it tested when I was not taking anything to help support my testosterone levels. I wanted kind of a good baseline. But I can tell you the first form has this product that I started taking a couple years ago, and I really like it. And I cycle on and off of it. It's called Primal-T and then Conquest HD. One is mostly an amino acid. The Conquest HD is mostly an amino acid that has shown, a lot of science has shown that it naturally helps boost testosterone levels. And the Primal-T is more of a herbal-based way to boost your testosterone levels. None of this this is not any anabolic steroid. This is not any kind of testosterone hormones. None of that. This just helps boost what your body's already doing. And so I'll cycle on and off of these. It's a 5-day on, 2-day off cycle, but I'll do it for a month and then be off for a week or two, and then start back on it for a month, off for a week or two. I just don't want I don't want to become dependent on it. I do notice a little decline in like total energy levels when I'm not on it for more than a week or so. So that tells me that the testosterone levels are getting boosted. My free testosterone levels are getting boosted, and these are a good way to do that naturally. So if you stop taking these, your body is still going to be producing testosterone. It may be producing testosterone higher than it was before you started taking a natural booster like these for however long. It does not hurt your natural production of testosterone. If you take testosterone directly into your blood, there's multiple ways to put it in there. I'm not going to go into all of that, but if you get prescribed testosterone and you are on it for any period of time, a couple months, your body's going to shut down on its natural production of testosterone because it's getting these injections, and you're going to have to stay on those injections in order to keep that testosterone level anywhere remotely close to where it is. So not exactly the best option unless you plan on doing that for the rest of your life. That's just my 2 cents on testosterone. A lot of people, if you have below 400, you might be able to boost your testosterone up to that 400 level or a little more, which you can function normally. If you're in the 200 range or below as a man in testosterone, your free testosterone, you probably need the supplement. You probably need the direct testosterone in your blood to get it up above at least that 400 level, so you can kind of function normally from a testosterone level side. That's just my 2 cents on it. Like I said, I'm not a doctor, don't claim to be, but I do love the whole nutrition side and helping become a better individual inside and out. Now, a lot of people talk about protein bars. Protein bars are just a good food supplement. You want a good quality, like Cliff Bar makes a good protein bar, but it's a little higher in carbs. If you're very active, exercising, running, Cliff Bars can be perfect. Or if you're fishing in a boat, using up a lot of calories, Cliff Bars can be great, organic. You might want to look into the first form, the level 1 bars. They taste really good, heavy in protein, don't have a lot of junk in them. There are some, nowadays at least, there are some better options. Just keep an eye on the sugar alcohols that are in your bars that you might be eating. If you see a bar out there that's really high in sugar alcohol levels, a lot of times that can really wreck your stomach. Let's see. There are no sugar alcohols in this bar. It's only 6 grams of total sugar and no sugar alcohols. So there you go. No sugar alcohols in the first form bar. And the whole bar is 20 grams of protein and 250 calories. Not bad. Perfect little supplement. So that's really the best thing. And as far as like a daily thing, most of the time I'm eating oatmeal in the morning. I do half a cup of oatmeal, put some almond milk in there, blueberries, and I put some bananas in there after it's cooked. And then I'll add half of a scoop of protein powder, something like the Formula. The Phormula-1 is whey protein. There's also level 1 or other proteins that are multiple sources of protein that have a slower digestion. When you see Phormula-1 or any whey protein is very simplified for your body. So if you see it's a whey protein isolate, it's even more simplified, which means it's absorbed very quickly and easily into your body. So whey protein is what you want immediately after workouts, preferably in like a 3-to-1 ratio, carbs to protein. I mix about 35 to 40 grams of sugar. That's right, sugar. And then a little less than 1 scoop of the Phormula-1. Do that immediately after a workout. It replenishes your body. Your body will uptake the protein better. If you do just the protein, your body will not uptake that protein the same as if you throw some sugars in there. And when after you're done with a workout, your body is very depleted in your glycogen levels or your blood sugar levels. So those glycogen levels, they're going to be bottomed out. You need that bump in order to bump up your blood sugar levels just to kind of get them back to normal, and then your body's going to be ready. So I take it in a little Ziploc bag. I take my protein powder, put it in a little mixer, and do it that way. But one other cool thing I wanted to show you is this. They have First Form's got this new Phormula-1 Clear protein. So you can check this out. That's lemonade. This is a lemonade formula. Got some iced tea right here. We're gonna make us a little Arnold Palmer. Hard for me to say, right? But since it's a protein shake, I call it the Arnold Schwarzenegger. Get one scoop of the clear. This is, it might be a little much. I'll do like 3/4 of a scoop. I didn't do the whole thing. But you wanna use protein to supplement in your body. And the Phormula-1 is the whey protein, so it's going to be a faster digesting. But a lot of times you need a little extra protein in your body if you're active, if you're running and gunning, if you have a very active lifestyle. A lot of people have a hard time getting, you grab a bagel, you grab stuff that's a little heavier in carbs, a little harder to grab enough protein to replenish and recover in your body. So I'm going to take a little sip. This is unsweetened iced tea, and this is that lemonade. Ooh, wow, that is really, really good. There's little pieces right on the top. That's what I keep stirring around, but it tastes amazing. It's not chunky. It's not. I'm gonna lick all this off because it's good. But that's the little, I call it the Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's a little Arnold Palmer protein shake that you might be able to pick up. These things, this has been, I just finally got it on the website because it's been out. So that tells me it's been popular, or snagged that on there. But if anybody has any questions, drop it down there. As far as it goes in like the rest of your life, moderation is key. I like to have me an alcoholic drink here and there. Moderation is key. That's not an everyday situation. Maybe once or twice, 3 times a week at most, kind of thing. That's the way. Or if you do have a couple, that moderation. Same thing goes for your dinners. You want to live a healthy lifestyle, just stay in moderation. Don't go overboard. Don't eat too much. It's real easy to do. When I was 15 years old, I was 187 pounds at one point, and yet I was not 6'3". I was 5'8", just like I am today. But I was 187 pounds. I had a big old belly, and I'll tell you what I ate. I ate everything I saw, and I was having some home cooked meals. I had no moderation. I just ate whatever I wanted to eat, and it showed. It showed. I was trying to play sports at the time, and I was slow as a damn turtle on the baseball field, basketball court, whatever. And by the time I turned 16, a light bulb went off, and that's when I started reading everything I could. And for the next basically 10 plus years, I read everything I could about nutrition, everything I could about exercise, and learning what to do, how to do it. I do a little bit of everything with nutrition. I do a little everything with exercise too. I don't mind running. I will run, but I like lifting weights, like doing heavier movements, but I also like doing plyometrics, athletic type movements, compound Olympic style lifts, but I'll also do some isolation movements. I don't mind mixing it up with a little Pilates, a little stretching. I stretch every night. So I like mixing it up in a bunch of different ways, trying a bunch of different stuff nutritionally and exercise ways. But when I was turned 16, I lost a lot of that weight. I lost, I think it was like 20 to 30 pounds in 1 year. Then I went down to the low 50s. I remember I was fishing a tournament when I was 17 at Lake Gaston. I fished with a co-angler, and I was in the passenger seat of this dude's 487 Ranger, 41 Ranger, and we're going across Lake Gaston, and I thought I was going to get tossed out of that boat because I didn't have any ass, man. I was like the spoon sitting in that seat over there. It's what I felt like, and had a Frog Togs rain suit on. I'll never forget it. I thought I was going to get blown out of that boat, but I had a death grip on those handles in that Ranger back in the day, and I made it. I made it. So today I'll fluctuate anywhere from 150 on a real low end to 155. That's really where I kind of stay. When I'm out there on the road fishing tournaments, I'll lean down towards that 151, 152 range. When I'm at home working out a little bit more, I might gain a couple pounds, be in that 154, 155 range, since I'm able to actually lift when I'm home and not burning quite as many calories. But that's kind of where my range is now, and I have more energy now than I did 15 years ago, because I used to be in that 165 range. I lifted more, ate a little bit more, and I was a little heavier, and I was probably similar body fat percentage, probably around that 10% range, 9 to 10%, and I just definitely have more energy the lighter my body is. So I'm fishing is an endurance sport. That's what I'm need to train for. That took me a long time to really understand. Ken Hoover, longtime mentor from a nutritional standpoint, and exercise standpoint. Rest in peace. He passed away a couple years ago. Ken has taught me a ton about the nutrition and the exercise portion of what I do, and how to stay healthy. And a lot of this kind of stuff that I talked to you about, this is all, Ken and I had hours and hours and hours of conversations about that. So this is not like it's unproven theory. A lot of this that I was explaining to you hopefully is sensible, and hopefully you can incorporate a handful of these things into your life, and you can become healthier, you can feel better, you can have more energy, and you can enjoy an Arnold Schwarzenegger. Cheers.